meetings. On October 8th, the Planning and Zoning had a meeting in which the minutes of the 6/16 meeting were reviewed and voted upon. Council Bryan had submitted some amendments for the subcommittee to consider. After a lengthy back and forth, the P and Z subcommittee, voted to approve Council Bryan's amendments. Upon review of the amendments and rewatching the 6/16 PZ meeting, Secretary Kelly found that some of Council Bryan's amendments were accurate and some were not. This left PZ with approved amended minutes that are not true attested of the 6/16 meeting. Therefore, the PZ 6/16 minutes and amendments with explanation will appear at the next PZ meeting for reconsideration with the notes from Secretary Kelly, minute markers, and where the comments took place. For subcommittees and the full council, it is important to submit clear amendments to the council office in a timely manner before minutes can be, and we can make sure they are accurate. And members are to consider amendments thoroughly by watching the minutes. So I had confusion, just so you know. I abstained. And then Councilor Long, she voted for them, I think, in haste, just to get it moving along. And she said that, but I don't want to put words in her mouth. So all I'm asking is, we're going to look over. I started to watch the meeting. We're gonna take another look at them to bring them up for reconsideration at that meeting. I believe somebody that voted the affirmative has to make the motion, and then we can look at them again at the next P and Z meeting. That's why it was put on.
Since my name is mentioned in it, I want to state, I did watch it. And my comments clearly people hadn't read them all, because I said possibly there was technical difficulty because Counselor, Long usually does take roll call and stuff, but on the tape, when I looked at it, you didn't see that in the beginning. So I thought that might be technical difficulties. And I simply asked that we have the minutes reflect when the time, like the city council minutes do, they reflect when a person enters the meeting if they're not there at the beginning of the meeting. So if Councilor Liam Bruno wasn't there at the beginning of the meeting, then it needed to reflect that.
Okay.
And I just pointed out that she wasn't listed on the votes, several votes in the beginning. So if that was an error, then that was in the minute taking.
But we'll hash that out at P and Z, because
But there were accusations made against
no, no accusations. It was just,
Yeah.
listen, time out. All I'm saying is, I called into that meeting. I couldn't even participate. I was texting Councilor Long because I couldn't unmute from my phone. I couldn't get to a computer, and I was trying to do two things at once, and I knew I had to be at that meeting because we had a lot of things, and I was asked by the chair of P and Z to please attend the meeting. So I did. So now that we have it all laid out, we can have that thoughtful discussion under Councilor Long's P and Z committee. That's all. Minutes, they were not available. Councilor Bruno?
That meeting was a 2-hour meeting. So those minutes, it was a 2-hour meeting to go look at the meeting, to have the minutes done. And then to go back and to go through the meeting, to see the whole meeting, it was 2 hours. And I just think that when we spend so much time and our staff having to go over minutes, I mean, I don't know about you guys, but people reach out to me and they say, you guys sometimes it looks like you spend more time on minutes than important things like zoning and other things that we're tasked with. And I think that, I don't think it's a very good look to spend this much time arguing, debating minutes. And I just think that I just don't think it's a good look for us. And I just think that we, should,
Okay.
just not spend so much time on minutes.
I agree with that, but we'll have that discussion at the P and Z meeting, okay?
Right,
We
because
will.
some people have been listed one way, so we need to be
Consistently, that's all. Well, we'll discuss it at P and Z. That's where the problem is, and that's where we are. Any, the minutes for the 10/17, they're not available. Any motions?
Motion to adjourn.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any further discussion? All those who want to adjourn, raise your hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Opposed? 3, 7-3. We're adjourned.